something happened recently that stopped Hollywood fans dead in their scrolls. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, America's favorite power couple, were spotted together in Italy. And this time, they didn't go alone. All three of their children were right there with them. And the internet absolutely lost it. But what really sent fans over the edge wasn't just the family reunion under the Italian sun. It was the piece of wedding news swirling around them that made this moment feel even more special. So what's going on? Let's break it all down. Welcome back to the channel, where we bring you the latest in celebrity news, pop culture, and the Hollywood stories you just can't stop watching. Today we're talking about one of the most beloved couples in the entertainment world, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. If you've ever turned on your television in the morning, you know exactly who these two are. They're the duo that somehow makes you feel like you're sitting at the breakfast table with old friends. They bicker, they laugh, they finish each other's sentences, and we, as an audience, have been completely obsessed with them for decades. But lately, they've given us something even better than great TV. They've given us a front row seat to what a real, lasting Hollywood love story actually looks like. And this Italy chapter may be the most beautiful one yet. For anyone who might be new here, let's set the stage. Kelly Ripa has been one of the most recognizable faces in American daytime television for well over 2 decades. She first charmed audiences as Haley Santos on All My Children, and then went on to become a beloved staple of morning TV. She's known for her sharp wit, her effortless charm, and honestly, a work ethic that most people only dream of. Mark Consuelos? He's no stranger to the spotlight either. A talented actor who has appeared in numerous television projects over the years, Mark has always carried himself with a quiet, confident charisma that made audiences take notice long before he stepped behind the co-host desk. And the co-host desk, of course, is where everything changed, at least for the show. When Mark officially joined Kelly on Live with Kelly and Mark in 2023, taking over from longtime co-host Ryan Seacrest, fans were thrilled. Here were two people who had been married for nearly 3 decades, suddenly sitting side by side on national television every single morning, navigating everything from Hollywood headlines to relationship humor to their very real and very entertaining disagreements. The ratings responded. The audience responded. The internet responded. Because watching Kelly and Mark together isn't just entertainment, it's reassurance. It's proof that Hollywood love can actually last. Now, here's where the story gets really good. Italy, the land of romance, history, golden light, and the kind of beauty that makes everything feel more meaningful. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have long had a deep love for the country. Anyone who follows Kelly on social media knows she has documented European adventures over the years, and Italy in particular seems to hold a special place in the family's heart. But this recent reunion? This was different. This wasn't just a couple's getaway. This was the whole family, all 5 of them, coming together in one of the most stunning places on earth. Their 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, were spotted alongside their parents, and the energy surrounding the trip felt electric. Fans who caught glimpses of the family together couldn't help but feel something. Because here's the thing about Kelly and Mark's kids, they've grown up in the public eye, but never in an overwhelming way. Kelly and Mark have always been intentional about giving their children a sense of normalcy, even while living very public lives. Michael has carved out his own path in the entertainment industry. Lola has been stepping into her own spotlight with her music career, building a following of her own. And Joaquin, the youngest, has been turning heads in college football, showing the world that the Consuelos Ripa family produces more than just TV talent. Seeing all 3 of them together with their parents in Italy felt, for fans, like watching a family exhale. A rare, precious moment of togetherness that money and fame can't manufacture. It either happens or it doesn't. And this time, it happened beautifully. But that wasn't the end of the story. Circling around this family reunion is a piece of news that has fans absolutely buzzing, and it involves Lola Consuelos. Lola, Kelly and Mark's only daughter, has been living life in the most wonderful way, pursuing her music, building her identity, and navigating young adulthood with the same fire and humor that her parents are known for. And when word began circulating that there could be exciting romantic developments in Lola's life, potential wedding news on the horizon, the internet did what it always does with the Ripa Consuelos family. It erupted with love. Because when you've watched a family grow up, even from a comfortable fan distance, you can't help but feel genuinely invested in their milestones. And for a family that has shared so much of their journey publicly, through morning show conversations, social media moments, and candid interviews, a next-generation love story feels like a gift. Kelly, who has never been shy about expressing pride in her children, has spoken warmly about Lola's independence and spirit. And Mark, who has always carried that protective, deeply loving father energy that fans have noticed over the years, clearly adores his daughter with everything he has. The thought of this family celebrating together in Italy, with all that romantic energy in the air, with the warmth of the Mediterranean sun and the sound of Italian evenings, it paints a picture that feels almost cinematic. And fans noticed. They always do. The moment whispers of this Italian reunion began spreading across social media, the response was immediate. Comments poured in. Fan accounts posted. Entertainment outlets picked up the story. And what struck observers most wasn't just the excitement, it was the warmth. People weren't just excited about the celebrity angle. They were genuinely moved by the idea of a family coming together in a beautiful place, celebrating life, celebrating each other, and possibly celebrating love. This is what real goals look like, one fan wrote, and the comment gathered thousands of likes within hours. That's the Kelly and Mark effect. It's not manufactured. It's not a PR stunt. It's a family that has, through years of genuine storytelling on morning television and in public life, built a real connection with their audience. And that connection, it doesn't go away when the cameras turn off. If anything, moments like the Italy reunion remind us that it's deeper than we sometimes realize. There's something deeply human about what Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos represent in today's entertainment landscape. We live in an era where celebrity relationships often feel fragile, where headlines about splits, feuds, and falling outs dominate the entertainment news cycle. Against that backdrop, a couple that has been together for nearly 30 years, who started as co-stars on a soap opera, who have built a family and a career and a genuine partnership, that couple stands out. They argue on air. They tease each other. They call each other out with the kind of loving honesty that only comes from truly knowing someone. And yet, season after season, year after year, there they are, together. The Italy trip, with all its romantic and familial energy, is a reminder that behind the talk show desk and the glamorous appearances and the magazine covers, there is a real family. 3 children who were raised in a household full of humor, hard work, and love. A couple who chose each other again and again, through all the seasons of life that neither fame nor fortune could simplify. It's the kind of story that people need to see, especially right now. And fans, whether they've followed Kelly since her soap opera days or discovered her through Live with Kelly and Mark, understand that on an instinctual level. That's why this Italy moment hit differently. That's why it spread. That's why you're watching this right now. Beyond the personal, there's also the cultural moment to consider. Live with Kelly and Mark has become one of daytime television's most watched programs since Mark joined the co-host chair. The dynamic between them, honest, funny, occasionally chaotic, always real, has reinvigorated the format. Morning television is not easy. It requires consistency, warmth, and the kind of authentic presence that audiences can sense immediately when it's missing. Kelly and Mark don't fake it. That's the secret. They walk in, they sit down, and they are themselves, imperfections and all, and audiences reward that authenticity every single morning. Events like this Italy reunion and the surrounding family news only deepen the audience's investment in them. It gives fans something to celebrate, something to root for, something to feel connected to. And in a media landscape that is constantly competing for attention, connection is everything. There's a quote that seems to fit this moment perfectly. The idea that the best love stories aren't the dramatic ones full of grand gestures, but the quiet ones. The ones built out of ordinary days lived together, steadily, over years that become decades. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have given us both the sparkle of Hollywood and the depth of something real. And watching their family come together in Italy, with the possibility of a new chapter of love beginning for the next generation, feels like exactly the kind of story the world needs more of. Here's to this family. Here's to Italy. And here's to whatever beautiful chapter comes next. If you enjoyed this celebrity update, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more entertainment news and Hollywood stories delivered right here to your feed. And drop a comment below. What do you love most about Kelly and Mark as a couple? Let's talk about it. We'll see you in the next one.